We're here with Lutharo in Toronto right before they go on stage and perform in front of an insane crowd that's been looking forward to seeing you guys play in Toronto. But you guys have been very busy. How's the tour been?
It's been awesome so far. A little bit chaotic until we kind of like got our bearings, but it's good. It's good. It's fun.
We played.
It's been great. It's been awesome. Go ahead, Vic.
Yeah, we played Ottawa last night. I mean, we had a little break in the tour. We had about a week and a half.
Yeah.
A week and a half off.
He's British now.
He's British now. You should see him do his southern accent.
No southern accent. No. We did play in the South though. We we were in Florida. Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama was a fun time. We went to Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
That's a fun shirt. Touring in the States, so.
You're looking smashing. You're looking smashing. So that's the second compliment I give you today. Okay, now I'm tapped out. So before you guys play these shows with Unleash the Archers, you guys been playing with Paladin. How's been the vibe between the bands?
It's been really fun so far. At first, you're getting to know people and seeing how your chemistry is together and everything, but it's been really good. We joke back and forth with each other. We've got our own thing going on now too, where we work really well together. Especially going into this run, we already knew how we work together, so it made everything so much easier.
Yeah, and I mean, ultimately we get to see Paladin shred every night, which has been a real treat.
They're super
Yes.
shredders.
Oh
They
my
can
God.
shred your socks off. You should check them out.
It's so much fun watching them.
Before you guys did that tour, you also had a tour with Ailstorm. I can see that you're picking up some merch there
yes.
and rocking the Ailstorm
Pay for
merch.
that?
I absolutely paid for this.
You got ripped off. You got ripped off. How much are you guys taking in terms of the experience of these tour packages and building it to push you guys to a position where perhaps you can start doing some headlining tours and some bigger things
I
as well?
definitely think we learned a lot, especially on the Ailstorm tour, with how setting everything up quick and making sure we're on time and all the little things that we never even thought of, which is good, because we didn't have that experience before, and we're slowly starting to build that up.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And being able to run on very, very little sleep, because especially the Ailstorm tour, it was super long drives, and we're driving ourselves every day. So we'll stop and sleep for 3-4 hours, and then have to hit the road again. So that was it was tough, but it was a learning experience for everybody.
Experience.
A bonding experience.
This one's a bonding experience.
Yeah.
We're all sleeping in
We're
the
in tight
van,
quarters.
all together.
The
so
whole
spooning.
back of the van is a mattress.
The last time I heard people spooning on a tour, I asked the question if you guys listen to Soundgarden while spooning, because I figure it would
Every
be
night.
nice to get
Every
in the mood.
night.
Yeah.
That's how I fall asleep. Yeah.
See, you guys are doing it right. You guys are doing it right. You guys are definitely doing it right. I feel like 2023 is the year of Lutharo. You guys are doing some great shows, going on some great tour packages. You got now the deal with Atomic Fire as well. How excited are you for everything that's happened so far this year, and how much of it was planned and how much of it has kind of just fallen on your lap?
We're extremely excited. Honestly, we've been working so hard. Sometimes you kind of have to pinch yourself. With the record deal, it didn't hit me until we actually made the post, and I was like, damn, this is this is something I've been trying to do for a decade, basically. We've been working at this for a decade, so all of a sudden it happened, it's like, what? And that's same with everything else. The Ailstorm tour, this tour, everything has just been you just have to pinch yourself every so often, and yeah, it's
And
unreal.
the whole record deal thing, it was kind of just happened all of a sudden. So it was kind of cool, It's wow, these cool things are happening to us. It's amazing. So
Yeah, things you never thought possible. You wanted, but things that just felt so out of reach for so long, and then all of a sudden everything just falls into place all together.
You guys realize that you have to work really hard to get to that point. But now that you're there, you got to work even harder
Yes.
to not only
Absolutely.
stay there, but to get to the next
Yes.
point.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
for
for
sure.
sure. Yep. It just keeps getting worse and worse. No, I'm kidding.
Now the real work begins.
And now is when things are going to start to get tough. So once you start looking into the future, I know you guys already released 2 singles with Atomic Fire. Are those going to be part of the next album, or are these just kind of singles,
I can't say. Can we say? No, it's a secret. For now, it's a secret.
There will be an album eventually, right? But,
You can imagine.
Well, I hope so.
we
There
should
will
do
be
singles forever.
announcements
Yeah.
soon enough.
Yeah.
We'll say that. Yeah.
Having a label like Atomic Fire helping you guys out, do you feel like these tours now with that, even bigger doors are going to happen in 2024, and not only 2023 was a year of Lutharo, 2024 is going to be an even bigger year for Lutharo.
Yeah, for sure. I'd say like we really planted the seeds this year, and we're on to some big things next year, I think. So.
Yeah, and we're hoping. I mean, in getting a label too, it just like gets your name out there more, and like more people, like I feel like respect you, and when you have that name over you, you know. So I feel like that is going to help us get bigger tours with like bigger bands and stuff. It's the name of the game.
What kind of advice would you guys give for bands that are, you know, trying to do what you guys have been doing? Because even though for some this might seem like just happened overnight, but like you guys said, it's been a long time coming. You guys have been really working hard at it. It's not like you woke up this year and then suddenly, you know, everything is kind of in front of you. So there's a lot of work that goes into it. So what advices would you guys give to some of the bands looking to...
Be persistent in anything you pursue, and sometimes it'll work out if you're persistent.
Sometimes.
But at least you give yourself a chance if you're persistent. You just keep going and going and going and fighting off the problems as you go, basically.
You just can't give up. You just have to keep going. If you want something, you just keep going. And like when obstacles come, you just deal with them on the way, but you just have to keep pushing. If you don't, then you're not going to get anywhere.
I was talking to Guy Area when they were in town, and I was talking to them about this same thing, like because they broke out of Portugal, which is a very small country in Europe, and you guys are breaking out of a small little area in Ontario. You guys are not from Toronto, a big city that has. We all know how I
From
feel
a
about
small
it.
village.
Yeah. you guys all know how I feel about the, you know, Waterloo, Hamilton area, that whole area there. So let's not get into that.
The armpit of Ontario.
Yes, the armpit of Ontario, and I mean that with nothing but love. But
we agree, so it's fine. It's fine.
so knowing that, like the answer that they gave me is that not only we have to work hard, but we have to look at the band as a band and not just as something we do on the weekend. We jam with friends.
Yes.
How do you guys feel about that? Is it the same for you guys? It is a band. It is kind of like what we want to do as our job. This is our job.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people who will undermine it and like look at, oh yeah, you're just jamming, oh yeah, this and that, or you meet certain people who just don't, you can tell they don't have the same intentions or the same goals as you. But yeah, it's never just been like from the very beginning, like when we started this, it wasn't just, oh yeah, we're going to jam for fun. We always had this intention of, this is what we want to do with our lives. This is a big goal. This is end game for us. So it's never been like a joke to us or just, oh, we're just having fun jamming.
And I think our parents are finally seeing that now.
Yeah, that's another thing is like they're finally starting to like take it seriously. You know, I feel like with the Hailstorm gig and like the signing and everything, our parents are like, damn, okay, they're
this is really happening.
they're doing the thing. Like my parents are coming to the show tonight, and they're like.
I was going to ask you that. Are they asking for guest list spots now?
They're on guest lists, you know. They'll be up there in VIP, you know. Yeah, yeah.
You know you made it when your parents start asking you for like guest list spots and VIP access.
I don't know if I have enough
Yeah.
space.
Yeah,
You might have to buy a ticket.
I don't know.
Sorry, Mom and Dad. You ain't on the list. You didn't make the list.
It's really cool to see what you guys have been doing, and it's really cool that this is happening to you guys. I honestly see the hard work that you guys put in and not being afraid of taking some chances on some tours, because when some bands look at the lineups, like the tour you guys did with Hailstorm, at first sight, it might look like you guys were a little bit out of the pocket in terms of what the other band's sound is all about.
Yep.
So how was the experience from the fan base? Because obviously there's a lot of pirates in that fan base. So how was it?
Well, honestly, it was way better than we thought. And so many people came up to us and they're like, it's nice because we like the silliness of Hailstorm and Glory Hammer, but you guys are like a metal band. And it's like, you kind of like scratch the itch of us having a metal band on the lineup. Because a lot of people there are metalheads still. And they see that and they're like, oh, damn, okay, I really like this too. Like I was here for the jokes and then I stayed for the metal. I don't know. Yeah.
Or I came for the metal and stayed for the jokes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, the response was crazy. Like, we did not expect to do as well as we did on that
Yeah,
tour.
pretty
It
much
was
since the
insane.
first day, we were just like, it was just insane. In
Yeah.
Charlotte,
We're like, okay,
we didn't
we're
know what to
March.
expect, right? Because we're like, nobody knows who we are.
Yeah.
We're just, the small opening band that nobody's ever heard of, and it was just incredible.
Yeah, we went over really well on that tour. Really well.
it's really helped us on this tour too, because a lot of the places that we hit on that tour, people came out from that tour and they're like, oh man, I seen you in this place, like Charlotte and stuff, and those were like our best shows from that.
Oh,
Yeah.
by far, yeah.
Do you guys look at things like merch sales as a barometer of how successful the tour has been for you guys, or at least do you use it in order to plan future tour runs in terms of where you want to go or where you don't want to go?
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. You kind of have to, because it kind of gauges how many people were there and then how many people bought merch, you know, and so you kind of have to do that. If no one buys merch from you, then it's like, oh,
Yeah, well, you
probably
look
not
at
a great
it.
show.
You look, yeah, exactly. You
Or maybe you
honestly,
have to play better next time.
You-
I don't know.
you look at it in a way of like, okay, I sold like what I'm putting out there. I sold it, and this guy is buying it. You know, like I proved myself, and these people are like, yes, okay, I'm gonna support you. You did your job, pretty much.
From this tour, anything strange and interesting happened to you?
Let's hear it.
Go ahead, Jeff.
You turn the camera off? Oh, no, we had some poo outside our van. That's the one that comes to mind first of all. We had some poo. We opened our doors. You know, it already smells bad. But then we open the door and there's a big stinking grizzly bear poo right outside.
I was going to ask you if it was human poo. It turns out it's not.
We think, I mean, guys, what do you think?
It was human.
You tasted it,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
To see
no.
if
It was nutty.
It was finger looking good, let me tell you.
Yikes.
No, I didn't taste it. That's a lot. that would be one, and you know, there's some others, but we could talk about that off camera. You know?
Oh, wow. Now, I think you guys need to start doing some vlogging of these stories and create some content for Patreon or something.
we have a podcast. We
Yeah.
talk about it on the
Yeah,
podcast.
we share these stories on the podcast. Yeah. And we do have a Patreon. You
Good
might get
plug.
some behind the scenes footage of turds at truck stops.
Yeah.
Well, since you guys have a podcast, I'll put a link of the podcast on the description of the video so people
Thank
can
you.
go check out the podcast.
That'd be fantastic.
And once again, these guys are killing it this year, but next year is going to be even better. I'm assuming there's going to be a record. They're not saying, but I'm assuming there will be a record next year. So big things from you guys, and maybe my prophecy of a Juno will come true.
I hope so.
2020.
What do you guys think
Juno.
about that?
I mean, we're gonna be up against probably UTA and Stryker, right? So I mean, like, I don't know. So
It's our
gonna-
turn. It's our turn.
I don't know. Man.
You guys
Like,
can
I hope
always
so.
do something
Play to
behind the
win.
scenes.
And we play to win.
win.
So
Yeah.
it'll be
We are the best of the best of the best.
so you know, you can take that however you want it.
I think you guys need to do like the wrestling stuff where they hit somebody backstage before a big match so that they're kind of injured and they can't really perform to their
great
full
idea.
capabilities. So maybe that's what you guys have to. Hey, whatever it takes to win.
Big moves.
A win is a win.
A win's a win.
A win is a win, and you got to do whatever you got to do.
Even just getting a Juno nomination would be amazing.
Yeah.
I think.
I think that's a given, to be honest. And like, it may not happen with the next record, but it's a matter of time. I think that's a given. But with the talent that you guys have, and I said that from the previous record, I think you guys need to start exercising your muscles in terms of the walk there to pick it up. You know, the speech, thinking whoever you guys want to thank. You know, remembering those poos at the truck stops, all of that shit, and pick up that Juno. I'm really hoping that that's definitely in the cards for you guys because you guys definitely deserve it.
Appreciate
Best
it.
thing to come out of Hamilton ever.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.